Hey guys, what's up? It's the Mark here from Pool Shed Games, and once again, I'm up here at college in my dorm, and this is going to be a video about kind of what we're doing at school this so far. This is the third week of the semester, which means we're 3 weeks in. It's a 15-week semester, so we have 12 weeks left. So, first week up here, I settled in. And I introduced the guys to Dreadball. We did a kind of learning game, which, as all learning games do when you're teaching someone the rules and it's the first time they played, took forever. Dreadball is a quick game, but the first game when you teach someone how to play can take a while, especially when there's more than two of you sitting at the table and you're teaching person sitting across from you, and you're also trying to teach other people at the table, and there might be little distractions here and there. But overall, I think Dreadball is going to go smoothly and go well, because I've had the guys asking me, when are we going to play Dreadball again? Want to play Dreadball? So we have Dreadball. The second week, didn't do any gaming. We ended up playing games on Steam rather than board or miniature games, because we were down a player, and with only three of us, there wasn't really much we could do. We didn't want to play Dreadball because then one person would have had to sit and wait while a game went. We didn't want to play any board games because board games, unless they are specifically designed for three people, are really just not fun with three people, because it always seems like you have the two guys that team up on the one guy, or the one guy just runs away with the game. So I've always found three-player board games to be kind of less than exciting. So this week, last night, me and a couple of my friends went out, and then after we were done at the bar, we went back to my buddy's place, and we played a deck building game called Dominion. Now, I've never played Dominion before. I haven't played too many deck building games either, to be honest. I played the Warhammer Fantasy one from Fantasy Flight Game, but that was it, really. And it was a fun game. Now, it seemed like every strategy I wanted to try just didn't want to work. And I could definitely see that there were some strategies that were just the way to go. Like my buddy who owns the game and the other guy, they were doing what was called the train strategy, where you just keep your turn going, you go through your whole deck, and you can just go. That really seemed to be the best way to play the game, or at least a really good way to win. But aside from that game was really fun, and I've looked into it. I know there's a bunch of expansions. Probably gonna play it again next week, maybe. There was talk about, instead of going to the bar, just all going down to my buddy's apartment and doing games and stuff, like an adult game night. So that's something we might do. I don't know. It was kind of rough getting back to school at 2:30 in the morning. Luckily, I didn't have any morning classes, so that worked out well. Tonight, the plan is, hopefully, we're either going to try to play Dreadball or maybe some of the other games. I still have King of Tokyo up here. I have Zombie Flux. I have the Battle Wizards Mount Skulls Fire, which is a fun game as well. So even if we don't play Dreadball because maybe we won't have enough players or whatever, we will probably be doing something. And if it comes right down to it, we might just have to play computer games again, but it's still gaming. It's not the same thing, but it's still gaming. So that's kind of the plan for tonight. And I think the plan overall this semester is we're going to try Dreadball League if we can get enough people to play. Now, if we can't get enough people to play, we'll probably just play a couple games of Dreadball here and there, off and on. And I've been really tempted as of late. I want to get at least the Player's Handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide for 5th edition D&D. I talked about 5th edition D&D before on the channel, and I've always enjoyed D&D, usually from a player's perspective. When it comes to role-playing games and running a role-playing game, I would much prefer to run a modern, a near modern, a science fiction or post-apocalyptic game compared to a fantasy game. I've always been the kind of guy that if I'm telling a story, I like the option to have firearms, mechs, tanks, spaceships, big boats, that kind of stuff. And for me, it's always been technology is more interesting than the monsters and things that tend to be the staple of fantasy. And I've never been a big magic fan, like throwing spells around and stuff. I'd much rather have machines and technology to do the same kind of thing as magic. But I'm toying around with an idea for a D&D campaign, which I know that one of the guys that we hang out with, he likes to play D&D, and he hasn't played for a while, so maybe he'll join us if I do it. My one buddy who plays, I think his girlfriend only likes fantasy games, so that would give her a chance to play in something as well. So I might do that. I think if I do, I'm going to have a little sit down and just explain to everyone in the group that if this is going to work, there needs to be some seriousness involved, because the one thing that's always killed my enthusiasm for running a game is we'll get 2 or 3 weeks into it, and I feel like no one is that interested. So then I get lazy, I don't write adventures, I don't keep the story going, and it just falls apart. But I'm willing to give it one last try, especially with 5th edition D&D, because I played the starter set, so I had a brief taste of what D&D 5th edition is, and I really liked it. So there's that. So it's looking like Dreadball and D&D might be happening here this last semester of college. The other thing, a buddy of mine has brought up some of his War Machine stuff. He has a Khador army, a small Khador army, and a small Krix army. And I'm going to bring up my Convergence here one of these weeks, and I'm going to show him how to play War Machine. I haven't played War Machine in a year, at least 5 months, at least half a year since the Lich Lord left, because he was really the person I played War Machine against, because we had similar ideas about the game and how it should be played. So it'll be interesting to play that again. It'll be weird because Convergence is not a standard army for War Machine. It's like a weird army. It's fun. It's just different. And I played Khador, so I know the ups and downs of that army. So I might be able to help my buddy with that in that regard. So that's it. We are still gaming, and we're going to be doing a lot of gaming this semester, because I've figured that this last semester here, it's going to be the last time that I see probably most of these guys in person, and not over Skype or whatever. So there's going to be a balance walked between academics and seriously studying and just having fun, because that's what you got to do at college. But anyway, hope you guys liked the video. I'll let you know how the Dreadball games go, and we'll see you next time here at Full Shit Games.